Multiple Democratic lawmakers who represent the state of Florida in the U.S. House of Representatives were able to finally tour the migrant detention facility in Florida known by the administration as Alligator Alcatraz. And these Democratic lawmakers described it as nothing less than a concentration camp. Two of the people who went, of course, were Democratic Representatives Debbie Wasserman Schultz and, of course, Maxwell Frost. And Wasserman Schultz was probably more vocal and angry about what she saw. And here is what Wasserman Schultz had to say. And for the record, Wasserman Schultz is not somebody I like. I do feel like she is partly responsible for the destruction of the Democratic Party. However, when they're right, and she's right about this. Here's what she said. She said it's an internment camp. She said that the pictures of the facility don't do it justice, and detainees are being packed into cages. They're essentially packed into cages. Wall-to-wall humans, 32 detainees per cage. The only thing inside those cages are their bunk beds, and there are 3 tiny toilets. This place needs to be shut the hell down. They're abusing human beings in cages. And then Maxwell Frost had this to say. They opened the door. There was about 6 security guards standing there pushing us back, but we could see in. And we could hear everybody. When those doors opened, what I saw made my heart sink. I saw 32 people per cage, about 6 cages in 1 tent. I saw a lot of young men who looked like me, people who were my age. People were yelling, "Help me, help me." I heard in the back someone saying, "I'm a U.S. citizen." Looking into these cages, you could see it was warm and hot within the tent. People were sweating. Some people had taken off the top of their clothing because it was just so hot. Some of them were drenched in sweat. The food we saw was not enough food. They were being fed essentially a small sandwich and a bag of chips. Not just that, but the conditions outside, of course. It's blazing hot. The drinking water comes from the toilet. Not everyone is going to be able to drink as much water as they'd like because of that inconvenience, but also it's gross and disgusting. And that's where people are being held. So Wasserman Schultz came out with anger. Maxwell Frost came out basically almost despondent, saddened by what he'd seen. So 2 different emotions from this same experience, which of course, is normal. I'm not saying either one had the right or wrong response. I think they were both great responses. You do need to be angry and you do need to be heartbroken about what's happening here. This administration is so damn proud of it. Trump posted over the weekend, I believe maybe Friday, another meme of him with the alligators with the ice helmets. They already have big signs that MAGA freaks are stopping along the interstate to take pictures with that say Alligator Alcatraz, like official highway signs. They've already made those up. You got 5 other states right now, by the way, according to a report on Monday morning, that are actively talking to Kristi Noem to build concentration camps in their states for all these migrants. And of course, we have heard from the people detained in the camp itself, from the local CBS affiliate down there, that they're being served food covered in maggots. They've taken away their personal possessions, including their Bibles. Many of them had their actual document saying, "I'm allowed to be in this country." And they're still put down there. Miami Herald over the weekend issued a report saying vast majority of these detainees in Alligator Alcatraz, which I do think we need to be calling it Everglades Auschwitz at this point. But Miami Herald found that vast majority of them have no criminal charges at all. They don't have criminal records. This is not the worst of the worst. These are average everyday people, many of whom obviously allowed to be in this country. But we are running modern day concentration camps according to the people who've seen it, according to the people who are in it. These are horrific conditions. This is torture. This is torture on American soil. And I'm sure a lot of my audience remembers, during the Bush years, everybody outraged about all the torture happening offshore, wanting Bush impeached, wanting prosecutions, which unfortunately we never got. All of that should have happened, but it didn't. And now we've got this torture happening here, within our own borders. To American citizens, some of these people. It has happened here. There is no more, how would you have responded when you saw it developing if you were in Germany in the 30s? No, what you're doing right now is how you would have responded. Are you sounding the alarms? Are you educating people, telling them what's happening, explaining the horrible situation? Or are you just pretending it's not happening because you don't get to see it and you don't want to deal with it? That's how you would have reacted if you went back in time 100 years. What you're doing now is what you would have done then. We're no longer in the can it happen here phase. We're in the it's happening here phase, and you're not doing enough about it. I'm not doing enough about it. And that kills me. But I don't know what to do. That's the problem. And I think that's the problem a lot of people have, is we don't know what to do. But talking about it and raising awareness of it is the least we can do. And so that is what I am trying to do. I don't want this issue to die. I don't want people to look away. I want people to understand that we are running concentration camps here on American soil, and 5 other Republican-controlled states are begging Kristi Noem to build facilities for them too. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.